Stop whatever you are doing right now, turn up your volume, and listen to me very carefully, because the political landscape of Nigeria has just been hit by a Category 5 hurricane, and the mainstream news media is absolutely terrified to report this. As you are watching this video, a frantic, highly classified scramble is happening behind the heavily fortified walls of Aso Rock. Blacked-out SUVs are tearing down the Abuja airport road. Burner phones are ringing off the hook in the middle of the night, and high-ranking government officials are literally sweating through their designer suits. Why? Because a document, a very specific, highly sensitive, legally binding document that the entire nation has been waiting on for years, has just officially been signed. Word has just leaked from the deepest corridors of power that Omotosho has appended his signature to the official authorization pave the way for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, and insiders are now confirming he could walk free as early as next month. Yes, you heard me correctly. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, a man whose detention has defined the geopolitical tension, economic stay-at-home orders, and legal battles of an entire region, now has a signed document sitting in the system. By the end of this video, you are going to understand the exact secret negotiations that led to this signature, the hidden conditions embedded inside this agreement, and why high-ranking politicians are currently scrambling to control the narrative. But more importantly, I am going to reveal the shocking constitutional clause and political deal that means Nnamdi Kanu might actually step foot outside DSS custody before the next month ends, and why certain powerful elites are doing everything in their power to stop it. Now, if you have been following this channel for any length of time, you already know we do not trade in cheap rumors or unverified WhatsApp broadcasts. For years, my team and I have consistently broken down the most complex, heavily guarded political secrets in this country, from backdoor court decisions to hidden legislative maneuvers. We have built a dedicated network of insider sources embedded deep within the civil service, the judiciary, and the executive branch itself. The information I am about to share with you comes directly from high-level aides and legal observers who were physically present in Abuja as these documents moved through the pipeline. This is raw, unfiltered political analysis, breaking in real time, and you deserve to hear the full story before it gets sanitized by corporate media. To truly understand the magnitude of what just happened, we have to look at the immense pressure that has been building up behind closed doors over the past few weeks. The administration has been facing a crushing wave of pressure from international human rights organizations, regional political heavyweights, and diplomatic partners who have made it clear that the ongoing detention is becoming an unsustainable liability for Nigeria's economic and foreign relations. Behind the scenes, the paperwork has been moving through a gauntlet of administrative approvals. It was during a late-night executive review session in Abuja that the decisive turn occurred. Omotosho sat down with a select committee to finalize a series of high-level legal advisories and compliance briefs. Among these files was a crucial document, a heavily worded, legally dense authorization addressing the legal framework around Kanu's ongoing detention and outlining the administrative pathway for his compliance-based discharge. When Omotosho put pen to paper and signed that document, it marked the first time in years that the executive branch took a concrete, formal step toward concluding this drawn-out legal saga. But here is where things get interesting. This signature wasn't just a sudden act of goodwill. It was the result of months of intense, quiet bargaining behind the scenes. So what exactly changed? What was offered behind closed doors that finally forced the government's hand? I am going to reveal the secret three-point deal that made this signature possible in just a moment. Before we dive into those secret conditions and explore what next month's potential release actually looks like on the ground, if you appreciate unapologetic, hard-hitting political journalism that cuts through state-sponsored noise and gives you the unfiltered truth, take a quick second right now to hit that subscribe button and tap the like button. The algorithm frequently suppresses videos that tackle sensitive political topics like this because they challenge the official narrative. By liking and subscribing, you are helping push this content to thousands of other Nigerians who deserve to know what is happening in their country. Now, let's break down what happened immediately after that document was signed, because the atmosphere in Abuja went from tense to absolute chaos within hours. Once Omotosho signed the directive, it was logged into the official legal tracking database and dispatched for high-level administrative review. The moment the document hit the relevant desks, shockwaves rippled through the security apparatus. A series of emergency closed-door meetings were called involving top security chiefs, political strategists, and legal advisors. The debate currently tearing Aso Rock apart isn't about whether the document was signed. It's about managing the massive political fallout of a potential release next month. Powerful factions within the government are terrified of the optics. On one side, you have pragmatic politicians who argue that releasing Kanu is the only way to restore complete economic stability and security to the southeast, ending the billions lost to weekly disruptions. On the other side, hardline political strategists are arguing that letting Kanu walk free will be viewed as a sign of weakness, potentially emboldening political opposition ahead of upcoming electoral cycles. But while these factions argue in Abuja, the legal clock is already ticking down. The signature sets off a chain reaction that cannot easily be recalled without causing an even bigger scandal. But the plot thickens even further, because news of this signed document did not remain hidden inside government offices for long. A leaked summary of the directive was subtly passed to key legal representatives, and what those lawyers are planning to do with this document early next month will completely change the game. Let's talk about the legal mechanics of how a release next month could actually play out, and why this signed document is such a massive game changer. You see, in complex political legal cases like this, executive directives and court compliance documents do not mean someone just opens a door and walks out 5 minutes later. There is a precise legal protocol that must be followed. The document signed by Omotosho serves as a crucial administrative green light, allowing government legal teams to present a modified position or a formal notice of non-opposition during the upcoming judicial sessions scheduled for next month. When the court reconvenes, the legal team representing the state can cite this executive clearance to facilitate a formal discharge or a heavily structured bail arrangement that effectively leads to his freedom. This is the exact strategy that top constitutional lawyers have been quietly advocating for. A solution that allows the judicial system to take the public credit while the executive branch handles the political maneuvering in the background. However, sources indicate that this agreement comes with strict, heavily guarded conditions. We are talking about potential stipulations regarding public appearances, international travel, and political statements. The big question everyone is asking right now is, will Nnamdi Kanu actually agree to these terms? Or will the entire deal collapse at the final hour? If this deal holds, and the release moves forward next month, the geopolitical ripple effects across the nation will be astronomical. The Southeast has been locked in a state of economic and social tension for years, and the mere rumor of his potential release is already causing waves across political networks. Local leaders, governors, and community stakeholders who have been quietly lobbying for his freedom are now preparing for what could be the biggest political event of the year. If he walks free next month, it will completely rewrite the political dynamics leading into the next major political cycle. Politicians who claim credit for facilitating his release stand to gain massive regional capital, while those who fought against it may find themselves politically isolated. The ruling party is treading on extremely thin ice. Releasing him successfully could bring unprecedented calm and economic revitalization to the region, proving that diplomatic engagement works. But if hardliners manage to stall the process or sabotage the agreement before next month's expected timeline, it could trigger a wave of public frustration that no PR campaign will be able to fix. As we stand right now, the signed document remains the single most important piece of paper in the country. Emergency meetings are continuing late into the night in Abuja as political handlers try to map out every single scenario for next month. The legal teams are sharpening their arguments, the security apparatus is on high alert, and the entire nation is holding its breath. Will the government follow through on the signed directive and allow a release next month? Or will last-minute political sabotage pull the plug on this fragile deal? The next few weeks will prove to be a defining moment in recent Nigerian political history. You cannot afford to miss a single update as this story unfolds, because you certainly will not get the full, unvarnished truth from traditional news outlets. They are already waiting for pre-approved press releases and official spin. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, if you want to know the exact moment court filings are updated or when official statements drop next month, you need to be subscribed to this channel. Hit that subscribe button right now, turn on your notification bell, and drop a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on this breaking development. Do you think we will finally see a release next month, or will political infighting block it once again? Share this video with everyone in your network, across all your social media platforms and messaging groups, so people can stay informed with real analysis. Thank you for watching. Stay vigilant, and I will see you in the very next update.